Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for the Geekenders podcast. MegaRan, Jesse and Dodger, what up? Let's go. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow and see what the Geekenders are all about. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt. Yo, another end of another long week. Got a job and a kid, I know that you all beat. So take a second, grab a drink and vibe while we catch you up in just a matter of time. On gaming, comics, whatever you're doing. If you're nerdy like us, then you know you should tune in. Thank you for sharing our world with us. Now follow, subscribe, and turn this up. Yo, it's the weekend. Yeah, it's time to geek out. Let it begin. Go on, stream and shout. It's Jesse and Dodger, so give them a follow. #1 geek podcast, without a doubt.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Geekenders podcast. Episode 2, officially? Yes, Jesse, what is it?
Hi everyone. Hey, hope you're having a great day and everything's wonderful out there for you. I am hardcore stressing right now. I don't know if what we're about to do for you is going to be the best hour and a half of your life.
Or
about 60 seconds of us talking and then being interrupted.
this cool stream together thing that we're using and that we have used the last couple of weeks keeps just dying on us. So I guess we'll see.
We will find out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm I don't know what's been happening, but we'll just be here waiting. And then it shuts down. Now, maybe that's because we're doing it wrong.
Maybe.
That is a possibility. But we didn't do it wrong last week. So,
yeah.
We'll all find out together.
I guess we'll find out. Because it says it's working. It looks like it's working. What a Jezebel.
What can I say? Yeah. We'll figure it out. Hey, how you doing?
We will. I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I had a whole bit planned today until we broke down.
Should we?
It's too late.
Are you sure?
No, it's too late. I was gonna do a whole
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna be summoned by you.
Oh.
I was gonna get summoned.
Should we do that next week? Everybody, if you could all pretend that you didn't see that.
No, it's too late. It's been ruined.
Okay.
My summoning has been ruined.
I do feel like you are a bitmeister, if you will. You know?
I am the meister of bits.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I feel like this was a good bit that maybe got squandered, but
you know what? There'll be other bits.
Yes, exactly. There will be
other bits. And then I'll
just
save that bit for like a few months from now when it doesn't land as well, but I'll still do it anyway because that's what I'm about. I'm about meistering the bits, you know.
Yeah. I realized
I'm Mr. Bit Meister.
I realized that
I'm Mr. Joke.
2 episodes into this thing and I've worn the same beanie both times.
That's okay.
And people who haven't hung around me very much are going to be like, "Damn, she's really into beanies now." And I am.
Is that a special beanie? Does
No.
it have like a...
It's comfortable.
Cool. Never mind.
What were you going to ask?
I don't know. Like sometimes there's beanies that have like a message on it. Or sometimes maybe that was knitted by your great aunt Stuzy. I just don't know.
I love Stuzy, but she's not a knitter.
Stuzy's a good aunt.
Yeah.
Great aunt, great. She loves drugs though. a little bit of a problem, Stuzy.
Yeah. You can't really talk to her about it though. You know, she gets really defensive.
Yeah. Oh, you don't bring it up to Stuzy.
No.
She's like, that's what I'm known for. Mm-hmm. Knitting and drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, okay, Stuz, whatever makes you happy.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, honey. Then she sort of waddles away.
Mm-hmm.
But she's also, for some reason, eating a delicious burrito. Like, she's always got a burrito in one hand.
Can I be
and
Stuzy?
She's like,
no! Wow!
Well, look at us now.
Look at that. How long was that?
Look at
How
us
long did
now.
it take? How long did it take? Don't look at me, chat. Don't look at me.
I'm looking. Maybe we got to do it the old-fashioned way, dudes.
Just do a call and then screen grab.
I don't like that when I joined
Yes.
your video to see what you were doing. You were munching like some sort of insectoid, and honestly, I don't
Munching
like
an
it.
insectoid?
You munch like an insectoid. Yes,
I munch like an insectoid?
you have insectoid tendencies. Yes,
What does that mean?
you went like. Don't think I didn't see that. You were like. Everyone saw it. You praying mantis.
Yo, they're tight though. I could be a praying mantis. I couldn't. I'm not aggressive enough.
No way. No, you'd be like a roly-poly.
Yeah, an isopod? I would love that.
You'd be that. I
Yes.
would be one of them stink bugs that rolls his own poo.
A necessary part of the
Of my own
ecosystem.
poop today.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Someone's got to use the poop. There's a lot of poop out there, dude.
Oh yeah, it's a 9 to 5. Look, I do what I gotta do, pushing this poop. It's all good. Don't worry about it. I ain't hurting nobody. It's just a big old ball of poo. Yeah,
And I think we could still be buds because I don't think isopods or stink bugs really chomp on each other. So
yeah, in our
we could
Disney
hang out.
story, yeah, in our like Disney adventure, I learned to roll such a good poop ball because of the perfect ball you become when you roly and or poly.
that's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love
Yeah.
that. What a good
you're
story.
welcome, Disney. Yeah, right. It's just a good old tale of buds being dudes,
Buds
hanging
being
out,
dudes, learning from
rolling.
one another,
Yeah,
you know, exploring who they truly are.
the best part about the trailer is it already writes itself. You know it's got to be keep rolling, and it's just like that's what happens after the drop of the
Tonally, does
trailer.
it match though? Does that match tonally
No,
with
it
the sort of
does, it
story
does.
that we're trying to tell?
Because you know how there's every Disney trailer, there's a moment where it like something happens, like a line of dialogue said, and it's like, that's why we've got to get rolling. And then cut to get rolling, and then it's us pushing it.
What?
It's like a comedy bit of all of our misadventures in like split second form. And then the
Right.
trailer ends with that. And people are like, wow, that is a movie.
That is certainly a trailer for a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welcome.
To whoever wants to take that.
Yep.
Yep.
Is there anything we need to press on our end for this stream setup thing?
There's a thing that says start streaming together, and I tried clicking that just in case.
Uh-huh.
And it just tells you how to do it, which we already know.
Yeah, you know what? We'll find out if it boots us again, which it 100% will, but we'll figure it out together.
We'll figure it out. It's gonna be fine. What have you been up to this week, my dude?
Well,
What are
my
you
goodness.
smooching and hugging?
Not enough is the answer.
Okay.
Let's
know
just
what?
do it the other way.
Yep.
The old-fashioned way.
Maya.
Look, there you go. Sharing with you.
Fantastic. Look at him.
Now I gotta just pretend I can see
Doobie
you.
dabby boppy floppy Maya.
I'll just pretend I can see you, and everything will be fine.
Maya. Yes. Hi, it's guys, it's me, but I'm not always going to be this big, I swear.
I don't know. The people might enjoy it.
Big dudes.
Yeah. Big dudes.
They shouldn't.
They call me Big Dude.
They call me big dudes.
This is fine.
I'm
This is
popping
called
you out.
professionalism.
It is.
And this is why these are early version podcasts. The early access.
Yeah. We're working out the kinks, so to speak.
I mean, not all the kinks. Like, I'm not going to shame. You know what I mean?
Some of the
You know what I'm
kinks.
saying? You know what I'm not gonna.
You know.
I'm not gonna shame to.
You know what we're talking about. You know. You know.
I don't. I do not know.
I've never known.
Uh-oh. I lost you again. Where'd you
lost,
go?
You lost me. What do you mean?
Yeah, on the screen. I'm watching you on your stream, and
Well,
now you vanished. Now it's just a logo.
That's because I have to window capture you.
People
and
were
I didn't...
very interested in what I did this week.
Okay.
You should have seen chat.
I'm working on it, dude.
They were like, "Oh my god, this dude right here."
This dude, I bet he's been doing so much this week. Hold on, and now I have to
so much this week. Wait, what the dinkus? Should I just switch my camera then?
What do you mean?
Look at this.
What?
Look at this.
What about it?
It double reverses. I'll never understand this. It reverses, so my camera, I inverted it because when you put it on the screen for your end, it re-inverts it, and then now it inverted the re-invert back to the invert.
Okay.
Don't look. I'm not crazy. It's what happened.
I believe you.
It's mirrors, man.
It's just mirrors. What are they? How do they work?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I have no clue.
My homie got verted. Yeah, what have you been doing?
Got verted? My homie got verted sucks.
Like as a concept or just as a sentence?
As the whole thing, the whole shebang.
Okay.
Just not a fan. Not a fan of my homie got verted. I don't even know what that means. Inverted? The friend of mine got inverted? Is that what you're saying? Or is that some sort of like, he rizzed up that baby Gronk and he skimmed bibbidi.
Yeah, you've just got a case of the verts, that's all.
Cool. So cool.
Yeah.
This week,
Yes.
I think I finally played a game that you already played.
What game?
Absolutely loved. The new Rusty Lake game.
Yes.
Big fan. Big fan of that series. I was like a little obsessed with the fact that did you do the ARG at the end?
Like get all of the cubes?
No, I mean, did you do the ARG at the end? Like
Probably
cubes.
not.
So you know how if you do the bonus stuff in Rusty Lake games, it opens up a HTML file that like submit your information and maybe you could win some things like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a whole other end where after you do the cubes, there's a normal mode where you put the cubes in and then it ends. There's also a mode where you put the cubes correctly based off of a previous cube escape. That's not spoiling it enough that like it gives it away.
Sure.
But based off a previous game, you have to change the order of the cubes, which unlocks a whole other path. And then that path, as you go down that, eventually this the Rusty Lake devs set up an actual website about storing your memories. And in the infomercial for it, there's a number which you can then call in the game and on that phone in the game. And then it's like, welcome. You know, the voice they always use, like, welcome.
Yeah.
Right? And so I tried to start the ARG, and I thought, wow, this is super unique. You're interacting with the website. You're doing all this stuff. Then I found a Google Doc that I guess, I don't know, like 20 or so people had worked on. It is 72 pages long.
Of what?
Everything from
just everything, trying to compile everything about Rusty Lake, or
no, this one ARG.
Oh, what?
Just the one, and it is stuff like on the website you have to enter in a certain password. Well, where do you get the password? So it's everyone trying to figure out where to get the password. Then it's like, okay, there are on the website there is a bunch of like emoji symbols, and it's like, tell us how you feel today. And you have to click an emoji and press enter. But if you click, I think it's like 7 or 8 emojis. If you click them all and then press enter, it unlocks another portion of the site. There's images that are broken when you click the link of where the image would go. At least it's that kind of stuff. It's super deep. It reminds me of all great ARGs. And in the end, it takes you to another section of the game And in that section of the game is another mystery. And then when you solve it, it opens up an HTML and is like, hey, you cracked the cool ass mystery. If you want to get some early access stuff to the next game, fill out the information here. And you had to explain what the mystery was and what item you found when you solved it, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. I love any sort of alternate reality game kind of vibe where the devs take. It's like very similar to the one where it was all in game, where you would watch a video,
yes,
and that video would show you the room, and based on things that were different in the video, you could figure out what was different about the room, like that kind of stuff. Except it's an ARG that's on a website about a fake company. They had a phone number you could call. The phone number was overseas, but I called it anyway, and it was like, welcome to memory storage or whatever the hell this place is called.
Oh my god!
I loved it. I was like, oh my god, I'm in.
I've never fully committed to a thing like that.
Yeah, I can't imagine it was a great stream because I was literally sitting there like, what the hell does this mean, bro?
I bet people were super invested though.
I was like, what? Yeah, I when I was editing the VOD together, I was like, there's minutes of pure silence. So I'm just like, what does that mean? Also, I pinched a man's nipples, so that I mean, I got an achievement for that.
You do that in most Rusty Lake games, so.
Admittedly, you do.
Basically, every time I play a Rusty Lake game and somebody's shirt is off, chat's like, oh no. Please tell me there's not going to be a nipple thing. And there always is. There always is.
They know, you know what? They know their audience. They know their fan base. And I'm totally here for it. I'll be honest.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are the first chapter of the Rusty Lake Society. Welcome. This Geekenders thing has all been a scam. It is literally just us talking about Rusty Lake forever.
Yep. Every week will be Rusty Lake talk.
You know what? Maybe then I'd understand the story.
Every time I think I kind of understand the story, I realize that I don't.
I'm so confused based off of the last game. This is the reason why I'm closing my eyes, chat, is because I have to
visualize it
and shut out. I have to shut out. I can't visualize anything, so I have to shut out all reality so I can focus on the insanity. So, Rusty Lake is a series of games where it tells the story of a family, a multi-generational story of a family that is messing with some like crazy stuff. And it is told out of order. So some games, like one game will be from the 1700s, and one game will be 1982, and one game, like, they're all over the place. And you will have different like things happening, but it's all the same characters. So in the most recent one, it was about a subway system. But the subway system, each stop is a different part of life. And in this case, it's for Laura Vanderbloom, I think.
Laura Vanderboom, yes. Yeah.
But the mother, Rose, is involved. And
who has been a major character in other ones.
Yeah, Rose is a major character who is like attempting or did succeed in bringing back her father. Boy, it's crazy. Anyway, it's insane. And what is real and what is not is always brought up. There's a ongoing trope that the very first Rusty Lake Hotel game was about animals serving each other for dinner. And since then, that game has been revealed to be like metaphor, allegory.
Those animals keep showing up, but like in hyper specific ways. And you're like, were they animals though?
Right. And the family wears the masks, and each animal that was there is a mask worn by a family member. And so, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Most of them are free. But now I think the most expensive, like $4.
I mean, they started off as like Newgrounds games or something similar, right? They were flash games.
Yeah,
originally.
They had Cube Escape games.
Yeah, the
and
Cube
I don't
Escape
know if the
stuff
Cube
was
Escape
first.
games. I don't know if they are if they started as mobile or Flash, but it doesn't matter. They have the same vibe. You know what I mean? They definitely look like you'd find it on Newgrounds in between some animation that's a little too dirty to watch at school and some video game that you're like, I'll save that for later.
There's like a,
Newgrounds.
Yeah, there's like a slightly less creepy Salad Fingers vibe to the Rusty Lake games, I think.
There is a shadow person that stalks you the entire time, so that's pretty messed up. It's hard to explain. It's really one of those things where you have to play it, and I think when you play it, you're like, wow, this is so weird. What the hell did that mean?
Yeah.
And then the next game you play, you'll be like, wait a minute, that meant something? And you'll just keep getting sucked in more and more to the point where you're just like, well, I gotta know what this means. And the best part is each game's a little bit different. So, there's one game that Dodger and we played that was co-op, where one of us was inside the cube and the other one was outside, like defusing it. There's one that's more cinematic that has like a movie attached to it. There's, I don't know, it's wild. I love it to death. I think it's a great franchise.
Yeah, all of the games, they're all pretty like, 4-ish hour games. Like they're compact. But I appreciate that they keep trying to like do new stuff and like tell different sorts of stories, but they're all connected, It's cool.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with them, but in a way that is healthy, not like, where I got to play it all the time. When a new one comes out, it's like, I gotta know. But I patiently wait because I've discovered I'm not the person to solve it. There are people out there that have like full ass wiki versions of, okay, here's the story so far. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let them handle this. I'm just along for the ride. You guys go nuts.
Absolutely.
Oh, also, hey.
Yes. Hi. Hey. Hi.
If you have the old Netflix, I just started watching Blue Eye Samurai. Shit's great.
What is it?
It's very good. It is an animated show about a blue-eyed samurai.
Okay.
The best way to describe it is it has the exact same violence level as like, I don't know, like a Kill Bill style, martial arts flick. But it also has a lot of like great emotional beats that are pretty cool. But I'm like trying to describe without spoiling it. I don't want to ruin too much. But just imagine there's a samurai. Well, imagine the period of Japan where they booted out every foreigner.
Okay.
And the main character is the child of a white guy and a Japanese mom, and they have blue eyes. And so to the people of Japan on that time period, blue-eyed person is like a monster, right? Some sort of like mutt.
Okay.
And so they do not like this blue-eye samurai. And so based on their lot in life, the blue-eyed samurai's objective is to go hunt down and kill the last 4 white dudes in Japan. Is basically the vibe.
Okay.
And, one of them is clearly their father, right?
Right. Okay.
And so it's like a revenge tale, like pure revenge, except along the way, like some crazy
personal
characters
growth
are involved.
happens.
A lot of character growth, yeah. There's 4 main characters. There's the blue-eyed samurai. There's the blue-eyed samurai's apprentice, which is just a dude who makes noodles, who got really infatuated with the blue-eyed samurai. Is like, well, I gotta come with you.
Okay.
And then
the like Jaskier of the story, sort of.
Yeah, kind of. Then the there's like the rival, basically the Vegeta character, 100%, who they're like, well, when this adventure's done, we're having our duel, like that kind of vibe. So there's that character. And then there's the girl who is the princess who wants to marry the Vegeta guy, but is promised to another kind of vibe.
Okay.
And it's a fascinating look because it is both fantasy yet like awesomely like historically vibing with me. And that there was a movie, boy, I hope someone in chat remembers the name because I don't. It was, I think it's Scorsese made it. About missionaries going to Japan. And in that movie, they like kill all the missionaries. Basic Silence is the name of it. Yeah. They kill all the missionaries and they're like, get out of Japan. And so this is that period where it's like they were fed up with all the people trying to come to Japan and change their society. Silence is the movie. It is not a great movie. It's long. Jesuits. Okay. We all know what I'm talking about. And so it takes place like after that.
Okay.
And it's awesome. Like it is such a great it is an inside look into both sort of like the fantasized culture of Japan and the realities of culture in Japan. And because you see it from the perspective of a character who is looked down upon by everyone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like everyone in Japan, they do not like this blue-eyed samurai because they're like, you're a freak.
Right. Sorry, I'm not laughing
like,
at the situation. I'm laughing at the way that you say blue-eyed samurai every time.
It's because of the blue-eyed samurai. I don't want to say anything else.
You add a cute affectation to it.
But I will say, if you're curious, extreme violence. There's nudity. Both. I've seen so many boobies and ding-dongs in this show. There is some like really great music choices. So, like I'll just say one of the episodes starts with a Japanese version of Metallica.
Okay,
which is
nice.
Wild.
Love that.
Yeah, I'm very impressed because it's definitely a show that has a vision. And they stuck to it, zero compromise. I'm absolutely here for it.
Do you feel like because obviously you love and know a lot about history, when you're watching something and you're not like rock solid about the information about what happens in a at a certain period of time or with a certain demographic that's in a thing you're watching or playing or whatever, do you look it up?
What do you mean?
Are you the sort of person where, like, if you were watching this and you didn't know that much about this sort of situation going on in Japan, would you be like, I want to learn about that? Would you like pause it or look that up later?
I'm of the assumption that everything I'm seeing usually is not completely accurate.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like most historical movies, even the ones you wouldn't suspect, like the movie Cool Runnings about the Jamaican bobsled team, not true to what actually, you know what I mean? Like even that movie is not accurate to what happened. So I expect most movies like that aren't going to be exactly true, but I think it's a great gateway if you don't know anything about it and you want to learn more. But I don't ever, I'm like, I'm going to watch it for what it is. I don't want to have this ruined. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like,
yeah.
I'm very much enjoying Blue Eye Samurai, and I absolutely feel like if I were to look up the actual true story,
You'd
I'd
be like bummed.
yeah.
Yeah. That's super fair. I have a thing. Speaking of a revenge story. I played a game called Small Saga that is fantastic. Maybe one of my
Is that the one with the big hair? The big hair kid?
No.
No.
Nope.
No?
It's about mice. So decidedly not.
Oh, it's the mice with a switchblade. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's so good. I played the demo for it last time that Steam did a Next Fest. And I was like, this looks like a cute little RPG about mice. And it very quickly in the demo establishes like, yeah, they're mice and it's cute, but also this is a really like serious, sad game. It's fantastic. It's like about 10 hours to play. There's so much great music in it. The art's fantastic. It is like a linear RPG with like side quests and stuff, but all of the leveling that happens in it, there's no grinding. Absolutely no grinding. So all of the leveling that happens in it is dependent on story beats. And it's almost entirely like boss fights. There are a couple of little like rando fights, but it's mostly like important fights and then story adventure. The characters are great. It's so good. I was really surprised by how much I loved it from beginning to end. It is really brutal sometimes, but it's fantastic. It's basically about if like there was a society made up of like vermin and rodents that existed beneath London.
I mean, there is one though.
Right?
Like,
yeah, of course there has to be.
Yeah. Okay.
LGBT rat berserk. Yeah, that was one of the reviews on Steam, and we said it a lot. It's great. It's so good. Highly recommend. And I love that it's like only like 10 hours. If you want to play an RPG, but you're like, but they're always so long, I just can't commit myself, you know. It's a really good length. It's a really like succinct, great story.
I keep seeing the exact same clip over and over again of mice fighting a cat in the kitchen.
Yes,
or at least
that's right at the start of the game.
I keep seeing that everywhere on the internet. I'm like, I gotta check this game out one day.
It's really good.
Yes.
It's really, really good. Yeah, you should definitely check that out. And I finally beat Lies of P, aka Oily Timmy. I finally beat that game. For those of you who don't know what Lies of P is, it's Bloodborne Pinocchio. Somebody was like, what if we made a Dark Souls-y type game with a Bloodborne-y aesthetic, you know, sort of like dark Victorian steampunk-ish, but it was Pinocchio. I thought that it was probably going to be good. But I didn't expect a whole lot out of. Let me finish. I didn't expect a whole lot.
I thought it was going to be good.
I didn't expect a whole lot, like, with its uniqueness. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Dark Souls is.
You were expecting it to be sort of like a copy paste of a Souls-like game.
Yeah.
With the same like kind of boring like I'm an enemy with a big axe. And I'm an enemy who moves quickly. And like that kind of thing?
Yeah, and also, Souls games tend to, like, not really tell you a whole lot. They're like, all right, if you want to know a story, you can read the item descriptions and, like, figure it out. But otherwise, This game is about you being cool and strong and powerful and also terrible and awful and depressed and frustrated. Right? Like, be all of those things at once and go forth, right?
Yeah.
Lies of P I was so delighted by. I think it's really great. If you really liked Bloodborne, if you like Souls-like games, it gives you a story. There's a lot to it. It's actually a really long game with really unique fights in it. And I immediately started a new game plus. I've never done that before with a Souls-like. It's really, really good. So, and it sort of does a spin on, you know how in Disney's Pinocchio, it's like, prove that you deserve to be a real boy by not lying. Mm-hmm. In this game, the messaging is more along the lines of like, but isn't to lie an innately human thing to do?
Damn, dude.
If you lie, why would a puppet lie, right? But a human has multitudes of reasons to lie. And
Can I
so,
ask you a question?
Yeah.
And you don't have to answer this.
Sure.
I can't even see your screen right now, so you can look away. If you don't want to answer it, it's totally fine.
Okay.
Is the main character actually not Pinocchio?
I can't answer that.
All right, so 100% that's not Pinocchio. Okay, I have a theory. I haven't watched or played the game, but I was like, That ain't no Pinocchio. They're tricking people, calling it Liza P, and you're gonna think it's Pinocchio, but it's not Pinocchio.
If you don't plan on playing the game, I can tell you.
There's people in chat who might, so you can't tell me.
I'm not going to. I'm saying after PCast.
I'll have forgotten by then.
So will I, to be fair. The second this is done.
Yeah, it'll be gone.
But yeah, so I think some of the replayability of this game is built into the fact that like you can play it doing your best to behave like a puppet, and you can also play it doing your best to make choices that are more human. And it changes the way that characters interact with you. It changes stuff. It does matter. So I was trying to be a puppet, and I got jump scared by the game a few times and accidentally did human things. So you kind of like need a list of like, what are the things that make you more human? Because it's not just, are you lying or not? There are other things like in the world and things that you can do that the game will perceive as being a human thing. It will give you humanity, quote unquote. So
cool.
It's really
like
cool.
that.
Yeah. So one of the reasons I knew Game Plus was because I was like, well, I didn't go hardcore either because I messed up, you know? So I should play again and find a list and then be like, okay, I am a puppet or I am a human, and see what happens, you know?
Speaking of hardcore, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's your vibe on easy mode?
What about it?
I know you're married to a person that doesn't know what easy mode is. You've probably never seen that part of the screen.
Sure.
But like, how do you? So the other day, I was at home and I was, had my TwitchCon sickness.
Yes.
And I was like, man, I need to find something to play. If I'm gonna be stuck at home, I'm gonna find something to play.
Yeah.
And I decided I wanted to go back and play some old games. And I was at home. I was alone. No internet judgments. There wasn't some guy in chat to call me a giant puss. I didn't select extra hard mode. And I put it on easy. I'm gonna tell you something. I think I enjoy it more than I should. I was like, hold on. I'm almost invincible. This isn't hard, and I get to play the story. This is great. And
For real.
Have I been a sucker all these years?
Look,
Have I been forced to enjoy normal mode and hard mode because of peer pressure?
Yeah, probably. I think we all went through this like big surge of time where everybody really wanted to prove to one another how big of a gamer they were, you know? And I like to think that now we're in a good place where people are starting to say, you know what? What do you need to do to enjoy the game? Because that's what it's about. You're the one playing the game. What do you need to do to enjoy the game? Is it really fun for you to like meticulously plan out, the tactical advantage in this XCOM-ish game? Or do you hate that part and you heard the story's really good and you want to experience the story without screaming, like how are you going to enjoy it? When I was to bring it back to Pinocchio Town, you can summon a friend, right? Just like in other Souls-like games, you can like summon a specter that can fight with you. And occasionally people would come into chat and be like, yeah, well, I did this fight without a specter. So it's like, yeah, but if I was really enjoying this fight and I wasn't over it, I would keep doing it. But I'm kind of over it and I want to move on. So I'm summoning a specter.
Yeah.
Sometimes the fights are really fun and I want to keep slamming them over and over again. And if I don't want to do that anymore, and I think I'll get through it and move on quicker by doing something that the game provides to allow me to move on and have an easier time, 100% I will take that, So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know what to say because I'm like, well, I know me. I know that in private I'm going to be like, yeah, I played that game. It was super fun. I played it on easiest mode possible.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to get on stream and play some stupid stream game where everyone in chat's going to be like, hey, what difficulty is he playing on? And I'm going to deal with some asshole be like, oh, this little puss baby is on easy mode. And I'm going to look at it. I'm going to be like, I'm not easy mode. I'm a tough boy. I'm so hard. I play on difficulty plus. And they're going to be like,
here's what you do. Here's what you do. Use chat against chat, okay? This is what you do. Yes.
I can't use chat again. They're too powerful.
Listen.
Okay. All right. Yes.
Okay. You often talk about how you have an audience that is more like age-wise around like you and Mai's age, right?
Sure.
That they tend to be, you know, like more civil, that they're just kind of chilling, enjoying, right? So why not give them, if you have a slot, why not give them an emote that they can spam if somebody comes in and is like, what difficulty is he playing on? Problem solved.
So, you know, all those years where I was like, man, my chat's so mature and they're all great.
Yeah.
And like, I just am so happy that they're there. There's, you know, I always brag about that.
Sure.
That was lies. That was all lies. They're monsters.
Okay.
They're monsters. They hold me hostage. They make me do terrible things. You have no clue.
Okay.
You don't know. You don't know. They're little demons. Just demons. And no one will help. No one helps me. I'm all alone over there.
But do you think...
I don't have moderators. They control the whole show.
Do you think if you gave them an emote and said, use this against one another...
You want me to reward them?
Yes.
For being monsters?
Yeah, because I want you to redirect the monstrosity inward. I want you to say, not me, you.
I want you to
destroy each other.
That is both a very kind thought and also insane. I want you to direct the monstrosity inward. That is something that, like, a Sith Lord says. That's not a real... No one has ever said that in the history of this world. I want you to direct the monstrosity inward. Like, that is some Cthulhu called shit. That's not good.
It'll work. I'm just saying. If you want to be able to just have peace of mind and do your own thing, be like, chat, here's an emote that you can spam to make fun of people who care about difficulty levels. And they'll go, absolutely. Aye, sir.
Spam.
Why not?
I don't want to spam them.
Why not?
Can't instead of an emote, for the purposes of analytics, can't they instead all write? Allow Jesse to do what Jesse wants to do. Thank you for coming to chat. We appreciate you being here. And if you followed and subscribed, that's amazing. But also, we think that maybe you should just continue to watch, period. And everyone posts that over and over and over again.
You just said, I don't want them to spam, and then said, I think I should provide a copy pasta for them.
Yes.
That they spam.
One is spam. One is a well-written and very thought-out paragraph.
Okay.
That looks like you wrote it.
Okay, yeah, here's a new plan. I've got it. New plan.
Okay.
The second someone says, what difficulty is he on? Pushes up their glasses, okay?
How do you know they have glasses?
Hold on.
That's a generalization.
Hold on. Have a command that is so long that it completely pushes it off of screen. And it's that.
It's
a bot command.
Chatter.
It's a bot command that's just this. You wouldn't be able to see shit if people were spamming anyway. You're contradicting yourself. I'm coming up with solutions.
I want to see people plus words. People plus pictures. What am I, a baby? No. People plus words equals action.
Right.
Equals a community.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Then just sit in the filth then, dude.
You know what? Maybe that's where I feel I belong. I'm a garbage man because I'm in the trash. Yeah.
I'm just trying to help my friend. I'm just trying to help you.
You can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped themselves.
That's so fair.
I want to wallow in the pain.
Did you watch the new Scott Pilgrim?
I did. I'm not sure what I can say.
I know. I also watched it. And the second I said that, I was like, I wonder what, I don't know if we can say anything other than I sure did watch that.
Yep. I will say that you will immediately either love it or hate it at the end of episode 1.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, there's like a very clear, there's a moment where you'll be like, oh, I either love and or hate this. Yeah, I can't.
It's not in much the same vein as all of the Scott Pilgrim properties have been. It is not exactly like the others.
Right.
And the thing that makes it not exactly like the others, you will either love or hate.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of chatter online where people were very angry. And I was like, about what?
That is also my feelings. Yeah. But I would recommend it. I think if I would say give it a shot. Sam and I slammed it. We really liked it. So
yeah, I would see that you can slam around a child. Blue Eye Samurai, you cannot slam around a child.
You cannot. No, you cannot.
Do not.
Bro,
do that.
You can't even watch the first episode of that show around a child.
What do you mean? What happens in the first episode you can't show to a child?
Here, I'll text you.
What do you mean? What happens in the first episode of Scott Pilgrim?
Yes.
What do you mean? You're texting me? You're texting me the answer? Mm-hmm. What do you mean you're texting me? On my phone?
Yeah.
Why are you... Scott and Ramona try to bone. You could have just said it.
I didn't know how much we were on
the movie too.
I didn't know how much we wanted to say.
All right, first off, they try to bone. No boning happens. In fact, they definitely responsibly say, I just met you. We probably shouldn't sleep together tonight. That's a responsible thing to do. If anything, children should be taught that shit. Hey, look, I respect you enough not to try to bone down tonight. Mm-hmm. Look at that. That's, if anything, we need to get on that. We need to make that happen. Like, hey, respect yourself.
Uh-huh.
Facts. Yeah.
It feels slightly inappropriate to watch around my 5-year-old. 2 people stripping each other and making out and then talking a bunch about whether or not they should have sex.
I'm not saying, like, invite her into the room.
You were the one that was like, you could watch that around a child. And that's why I was like, I'm saying if your not mine.
Walked in, if your child, the difference is if your child walked into Scott Pilgrim versus walked into Blue Eyed Samurai, you'd have a lot more explaining to do in Blue Eyed Samurai. You'd have a lot more. In Scott Pilgrim, they bleep out all the swear words too.
That's true. They do.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, one of those is a lot worse. You can't, I don't think you can pound out Blue Eye Samurai and expect, like, maybe late at night when you know that kid's sleeping. But I have a feeling that kid don't sleep. Your child, she's up at night, writing plays, doing dances, creating music numbers.
She's really into Breath of the Wild currently. But now she's doing that overactive imagination child thing where sometimes when she's in a room by herself, she thinks maybe a skeleton is going to pop up out of the ground like they do in that game. You know, things like that. And I'm like, oh no.
Well, yeah. I mean,
so
the totally healthy thing to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think sharks are going to pop up everywhere and get me. So like,
have I told you about the weird skeleton thing I did when I was a kid that I still do sometimes?
What?
When I was a kid, I would do this weird thing where if I couldn't directly see a member of my family, part of my brain would be like, they might be a skeleton. And
what?
I don't know. And I would freak myself up. Like, if my mom called for me, I would mentally prepare for the possibility that when I turn the corner, my mom would be a like walking, talking skeleton.
Question.
Yeah.
This is very important.
Yeah.
Would it be a skeleton with the voice of your mother?
Yeah.
Or would it be a skeleton
It would be my
that was
mom.
like,
It's just, it's,
Welcome.
no, it's just my mom's bones with nothing else attached to it, but she's
But
still
that's your
able to
mom's
talk.
voice.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too scary. That's comforting. It could be like, hello, honey, I'm just a skeleton. If it was like, oh, I've got bone-related jokes for you. Like, that would be that'd be terrifying.
I don't know. I would almost rather that because then I wouldn't be also faced with the existential dread of like,
Your mom
what's
being a
happened to my
skeleton?
mom. Yeah. Because if it's just a sort of skeleton, I could be like, where's my mom? Right. But if it's a skeleton talking to me with my mom's voice, I go, what happened to my mom? I think those are different
then your mom could
reactions.
explain the answer like, well, honey, turns out I was always a skeleton on the inside. And I decided to let my true self shine.
Somebody in chat did, and I knew someone would say this immediately. Someone in chat was like, we're all skeletons already.
That's because
Sit down. You know what I'm talking about. Killing me.
Yeah, I'm just saying, your mom, at least she could explain it. If you had a creepy skeleton
True.
man like, I'm a
guess.
skeleton and I've got bone jokes for you.
What
And
if,
I don't know why they
though-
have bone jokes.
What
But
if
they have 'em.
What if it was that my mom was talking to me and I'm looking directly at her and she's all bones, right? All bones, no meat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened to you? Freaking out, telling her that she's a skeleton. And she's like, honey, I'm not a skeleton. Then what?
I guess I would say, but I'm looking right at you and I see bones, Mom. I see bones. And then what would she say?
And then she'd say, come with me, honey. If this was a horror movie, she'd say, come with me, honey. Look in the mirror. And then we'd go together and we'd look in the mirror. And in the mirror, she looks fine.
Oh, well then I wouldn't
But in-
stress it. You're probably on drugs. I'd be like, oh, that's the drugs. Never mind.
5-year-old me on the druggies?
I mean, if you're 5 and you look in the mirror and your mom has flesh, but when you look at her, she doesn't,
Yeah.
someone gave you drugs. You're a 5-year-old on drugs. And I'm going to let you know, you probably should see a doctor for sure.
I'm not
but
5
I don't know.
anymore. It's
Maybe
too
it was
late.
mold. Could be like mold, or maybe you ate a mushroom, like a weird mushroom.
Maybe.
Or, who knows? Who knows what kids get into these days?
God,
I've
so
been
true.
a kid for years. I don't know. Yeah. Like, hold on. Is it everyone else in the family or just your mom?
I did it the most with my mom. But everybody in the family could potentially be a skeleton at any point. So
Does your mom know that you wanted her to be a skeleton often?
I didn't want her to be a skeleton.
That's not what your brain's telling you.
It was a fear. It was a fear of skeletonitis, you know?
What is skeletonitis? Like,
I'm not
something
sure
about
what
skeletons in your ears.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Skeletonitis. That's cute. That was very clever of you.
Skeletonitis is
I'm not sure what an itis is, like scientifically.
That song that's like spooky, scary skeletons, but you hear it in your ears all the time.
Right.
Skeletonitis. Yeah.
It would be a bop for like 5 seconds. Can I tell you what I
Right,
did
and
today?
then- Of course you can.
Did you ever watch the show Maya the Bee? Have you ever heard of the show Maya the Bee?
I've never heard of the show Maya the Bee. I don't know what Maya the Bee is. I do know that before we started the stream, you were on here live, literally going, Maya! Maya!
Yes. Yes.
And I don't know what you were doing. And then he started singing. And I clearly missed it because I thought you were doing the Maya he. I thought you were doing that song.
That makes sense. Yeah, that must have been
but
alarming.
instead, but instead you were just like, Maya! And I was like, what the hell are people, what is
yes.
happening right now? So, yeah.
So Maya the Bee came up because someone
Maya the Bee!
Maya the Bee came up because someone came to me during my stream and asked, what's a show from your childhood that you really loved. And I was like, I used to really love Maya the Bee. Like before I got into / knew what anime was, right? When I was still like pretty young, I was really into a show called Maya the Bee. And we went to look it up. And of course, it's originally from Japan. So fuck me, I guess. But I was like, I vividly remember the theme song. So I went to look up the theme song. And we realized that Maya the Bee from the 70s or whatever got translated into a ton of languages. It went all over the place. It specifically was huge in Germany, so huge that the theme song was number 18 on Austria's like top 100 list.
How does the theme song? I know I'm gonna hate myself. How does the theme song go?
Da di da ba ba di ba da 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 Maya ba di da da ba da 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 Maya ba da 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 da. That is exactly what I was singing earlier. So Germany crushed it so hard on this song that most places just did that song, right? But translated the lyrics. And then there's weird smatterings of places where they did a completely different song. Totally different song.
Is this like when we got Yu-Gi-Oh! And they gave us our own Yu-Gi-Oh! Song?
Yeah. America had their own Maya the Bee song.
Wait, we had our own Maya? What do you mean?
We had our own Maya the Bee song. We didn't
techno?
We didn't retranslate the German version. It was so anyways. So earlier today I started making a tier list of how I felt about all of the different Maya the Bee intros. And one day when I'm done with it, I would love to play for you all of the Maya the Bee intros that I labeled Sweet as Honey, which is the number one S tier part of the list. And I would also love to play for you the really terrible ones. Shout out to Greece, who made apparently 4 different Maya the Bee intros. One of them is Lost to Time. One of them was in S tier, and the other 2 garbage. Also, shout out to Italy, who did 2 completely unique Maya the Bee intros and didn't do a spin on the German one at all. I don't know why they made 2, but they're both good. So, all of this to say,
yeah.
If you were going to take a random show from your childhood and listen to the theme song for that show in every language that you possibly could, which show would it be? Which show do you think would have some like real bangers from other places?
All right, well, let's be very clear. No matter what I think, the real answer is DuckTales.
Oh my God, that's so good.
DuckTales from around the world.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
DuckTales from around the world would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good.
DuckTales for sure. A lot of the Disney ones, I have to imagine, they did it like I want to know what the tailspin. I want to know what that sounds like in other languages.
Mm-hmm. Darkwing Duck, all of that.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck though is like but just be a voice actor. Ninja Turtles from like the 80s.
Yes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
I imagine that'd be amazing. There's got to be. I don't know. I feel like the right answer is always DuckTales. That song is a banger, and I just want to know what it would sound like in other languages.
Yeah. What about something like X-Men? I wonder if there's a lot of variation on X-Men.
There wasn't lyrics. It was like.
I get that so true. Yeah.
There was no.
You're absolutely right. But what if in other countries there are?
Like, we are the X-Men. We
are mutants. We are mutants.
No, that's way better than what my version.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's way better than my version.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like DuckTales would be it. Also, yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. I was trying to think of. Oh, G.I. Joe. What does G.I. Joe sound like in other?
G.I. Joe. I don't remember what
Real American hero. Do you think they have like a crazy version of that?
Maybe. I hope so.
I don't remember what Thundercats theme song was, except for the dude being like, "Ho!"
Yeah, I don't remember, because I was going to say like, oh, maybe like Street Sharks or something like that, but I honestly don't remember what even the American version of Street Sharks was.
I would like to know, like, Captain Planet.
He's a hero, gonna take pollution down to zero. Yes.
That's a crazy
That goes
lyric,
so hard. Yeah.
Gonna take pollution down to zero. Like, damn. Okay. How you gonna do that, Cap?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'll wipe out mankind. Like,
yeah,
literally. Damn, all right.
All right, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
this is crazy.
Uh-huh.
Remember when the initial concept, we were like, hey, what if the next episode it's just the two of us? Because people probably want to know what we've been up to, and it would probably make sense for us to just say what's going on with us.
Yeah.
We certainly haven't done that.
No, we haven't. I always enjoy talking to you. I don't regret it, but yeah, this episode has not been what we planned for it to be.
At all. At all. We took the car and we just turned, not off the off ramp.
No,
we
it's
drove
still
into
on the
forest.
road. It's just on the wrong road. It's okay.
We are in the backwoods right now.
What
And all that's back here is Maya the Bee song and some weird shows we watch on Netflix. That's pretty much it.
What if we tried to like rapid fire it?
What does that mean?
Like really quickly be like, all right, Jesse, what have you been up to for the last
Hold on.
maybe the last 5 years? Last 6 years?
Oh, hell yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's very good, which is why
Oh, I'm nervous. Yeah, what's up?
Which is why I've gone to psychcentral.com for 45 deep conversation starters with friends and family.
You know those? Oh my God! You know those games? Sorry, I'll let you talk in a second. Sorry, never mind. You talk.
No. Please, by all means.
You know those card games that are like, use these cards with these really deep questions to learn more about one another, sort of a thing.
Yes.
Would that be great or terrible to do on here sometime?
First off, I have those cards.
Oh my God.
Second off, if you're wondering, Jesse, why do you have those cards? It's because for Christmas last year, my mom bought it as a gift for the family. And
For the family? Wait, did you guys play it together?
My mom, my dad, and I played it. And it was, without a doubt, the funniest experience of my life. Because I learned one thing very important about my family, which I always knew. But it's a game called Train of Thought, something. Yeah, Train of Thought. And the whole premise is you are collecting 3-of-a-kind baggage to you're trying to create like a train car. But in order to make the train car, you need to have 3-of-a-kind. And every of a kind is like a different style of question that you then answer while you're talking with everyone at the table. And it's designed as like a chill game to just be drinking or hanging out with. But it is like the person sitting across from you at the table. Tell them one thing you love about them. Like that kind of stuff.
Right.
Or when you were a child, what's the one dream you had that you never really landed, but you always still think about? Things like that.
Interesting.
So my mom and I are going full on just like emotional dumping. My dad, no matter what the question was, my dad would be like, he'd pick it up, he'd read it, and it would say, from your youth, what is one thing that you think about fondly? And my dad would go, I always fondly think about how blessed I am with such a wonderful son and wife. We're like, what? You can't do that. And every answer would be like, I'm just so thankful for you guys. It's like this is the biggest cop-out.
Just like cop-out answers every time.
Every time. And then anytime we try to push him on something, he would be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah,
Yep.
so he would just dodge and weave. My mom would be like, I remember when I was 24, and like give this huge story.
Right.
My dad would be like, I'm gonna go make coffee. Every single
Amazing.
answer, didn't matter what the question was. It could have been anything. And my dad would have been like, I'm just so blessed to have the two of you in my life. And we're like, stop it. Stop this pandering. We will not have it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm sorry. So, veer over. What questions have
Okay.
you found? You have the floor.
All right. These questions, not. Oh, this is good. Oh, I liked it. Okay. I'm going to pretend like. Hold on. Pretend like I just showed up.
Okay.
I'm going to pretend like I just got here.
Okay. Jesse! Oh my gosh, how are you?
Wait, hold on. I'm not there yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
not there yet. I didn't show up yet.
Do you guys think he's gonna do the bit with his phone? That would be so good.
I have been summoned! Let's go! Welcome to the show! It's me!
What's up, Jesse? That was a
Hanging
really
out.
good intro.
Thank you so much. I didn't plan it.
Really?
didn't plan that
you
at
just
all.
did that? That's amazing.
It was off the top of my head. That's how crazy it is on this podcast.
For real.
It's so, like, what's going to happen each episode? Who knows?
That's so
Who
true.
knows?
But we do know it's going
Yeah.
to happen this episode because we talked about it before. That we're going to try and catch up with each other and tell everybody what we've been up to since like the co-optional days, you know?
Yeah, even though this bit is entirely fake and we know what we've been up to because we still talk to each other.
Right, because we talk to each other almost every day, and I'm sure you're annoyed
This
by
is
me
more
by
like
now.
a for you thing,
Yes.
right? It's like for you, like what's been going, like what's up, what's been happening.
Yeah.
So I figured the best way to do this was to completely ignore the questions you have and only answer the questions on psychcentral.com.
Okay.
All right, these are solid questions.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready. Are we both answering them? Are these questions for the room?
I'm asking you questions.
Okay.
You know what? I'll send you these questions, then you can pick some for me.
Ooh, okay.
And I'll pick some for you.
Okay.
Also, I want to let you know that the image on this page is two cacti hugging, which is
That's very
so
cute.
funny to me. Yeah, you know they hurt each other, but it doesn't matter
Sure.
because the hug is there. Okay.
Oh
Here's
my
a question for you.
goodness.
All these are so.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right. This is my question for you, and I feel like this is important. What do you like most about being you?
What do I like most about being me?
Yeah. What do you like most about being you?
I'll give you the real answer. You ready?
I'm not going to real answers.
I'm not gonna give you a
This is for
goofy
real.
answer. Okay.
No, this is real. I want to know the real answer.
Fantastic. So, my whole life, I've been told that I'm way too patient, that I let way too much slide. And it's always been a very frustrating quality for me. And I've got a kid now, and kids love to push buttons. And I'm so thankful. And I feel very much like I've kind of like found a place where I can use this patience. I feel like it helps me be a good mom and a good listener. And I'm for the first time very happy with that part of me. So that's currently
that's a good answer.
what I like
Good
most
answer.
about being me. Thank you.
Good answer.
Thank you.
Answer.
Thank
Good
you.
answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm mentally preparing.
Okay. If you had an hour with no obligations and no worries, and you could do anything you wanted with that hour, what would you do?
So unlike you, I'm not gonna be truthful.
Okay.
I
Is it because the real answer would be that you would just vibe for an hour?
No comment.
Okay, go for it.
No comment. Yeah. If I just had an hour to do nothing, I normally do what I normally do when I have an hour to do nothing. I'm a beast of habit. I would literally, like a great example today, I woke up and it was 6 a.m. and I then went and took a shower. I made breakfast and I looked at the clock and it was like 6:45. It's like, well, don't really have to show up for this thing till 7:45-ish, so I guess I'll just sit here. Then I sat there. Then I was on my phone. And I scrolled through like a bunch of videos on YouTube. I was like, yeah, those are videos. Then I went to Reddit and I looked up a bunch of Reddit stuff. I was like, yep, that's what's happening in the world. And then I went around and like started cleaning up my apartment. Definitely listening to that the entire time.
Yes.
And then I was like, should I go and drive to the office? Real quick, what's good? Did I get a message on my phone? Oh, what's going on Instagram? Oh, that's a nice photo. Oh, damn, why is my feed all sexy ladies dancing? Well, I guess I should look at that. That's one. That's another. Wow, it's still going. Wow. She is dancing all right. Yep. That's a dance. Well, that's less a dance and more just boob shaking, but all right, I like it. Yep. And then I look down and it's like, I should have left 5 minutes ago. You know,
yeah.
If you want to know what really would happen,
social media.
Most of my free hours are wasted away on the dumbest shit. Yeah.
Do you ever worry about that?
All the time.
I worry about that all the time. It's
every second of my life, I'm like, why'd I do that? You just wasted an hour, Jesse. What the hell were you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm very aware of my failings.
I watched a video. I watched a video where somebody was like, I'm trying to start, like, not being mad at myself for sitting on my phone, and instead sort of, like, if while I'm on my phone, I think of something that maybe I should be doing instead, try to say, like, would you feel better if you were doing the other thing? Or does this make you feel better to just sit? And either one is okay. But like, do you think that later you'll feel better if you did a different thing? And I don't know how effective that would necessarily be, but but it's a bit kinder than being like, God, I'm so useless. Why am I on my phone still? You know?
The problem is that I have for... especially over the pandemic, I removed all social media from my phone. And I still found myself doing the same thing, except differently. Where it was like, okay, now I'm on my phone, and I guess hey, this is an hour-long YouTube video about some weird SCP thing. Cool. I turn it on, put it down on the couch next to me, sit on my couch, and just listen and not move. I think it's because sometimes I just need to decompress.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine to do. But yeah, there is no like, well, because I've removed social media from my phone, now I'm going to go do yard work. You know, it's just not mentally where I am. It's not happening.
Sure.
I'm just like, guess I'll sit here and listen to this podcast. Like that's where I am. So I don't know. I don't think there's a good answer for me.
I don't know that there's necessarily anything wrong with that though. Like it's gotta be better than like getting trapped in like the scroll spiral, right? To say like, I'm going to listen to, like, how is that any different from somebody who just wants to like vibe and listen to an audiobook, you know?
That's the thing is I got a record player with some dope ass jams. I got all sorts of stuff I can do around the house that I can do, but sometimes if I have a free hour,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my God, I have a free hour. There's a name for this. And it's the same reason why people stay up late for no reason.
Revenge bedtime procrastination? Is that what you're thinking
Yeah,
of?
it's like they're trying to take back hours of their life.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel it's the same way when I just want to sit there in silence and not do a damn thing. Or I just am like, what if instead of constantly doing stuff, I did nothing and zoned out for a little bit?
Yeah.
Thankfully, I realized when I've been doing it too long, and I've had some conversations with people who are like, yeah, I sometimes spend 5 hours. I'm like, how? That's so many hours. So at least I have a limiter in my brain that's like, bro, you've been doing this for like way too long. You got to move.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I can't. It's when you get past an hour, I'm like, oh my God, that may be an addiction. I don't know. Yeah.
Sam and I talk about this a lot because he'll stay up, he'll finish his stream at some ungodly hour and then just sit in there and like space out for like 2 hours after that, And I'll be like, why didn't you just go to bed? And he's like, because there's a part of my brain that's like, oh my God, everyone's asleep. I have no responsibilities right now. I'm done with work. I'm just mentally exhausted. And I can just like take a little bit of time to just space out, right? Like I have the time to space out if I need it. Yeah, I think that happens. I think that happens to people that are workaholics, people that have, young kids, students. Just being like, I can just exist right now. I could just be a human and exist for a couple minutes here. So
I don't want to give away the game, but that's a lot to everyone out there who wonders why guys spend a lot of time in the bathroom. It's the exact same vibe. When you're in the bathroom, nothing is expected of you. People assume you're taking a mega dump. You can just sit there and like zone out, look at your phone, read the newspaper. No one's going to bug you because they're like, that's going to stink in there. Dad's in the bathroom. Like that is a pure sanctuary where nothing can hurt you. And you're just like, yeah. Perfect.
If I'm at, not that this is my life anymore really, but when I've been in social situations where there's just a lot of people at a house or at an event or something, the moments when I'm like, all right, this is too much, I'm going to go pee. I'll absolutely stay in there for way longer than I needed to, just to be like, all right, am I ready to go talk to a bunch of people again? Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah, I'm just saying there's like, it's the exact same concept on a like sociological level as like, people are in chat are like, Jesse's giving away the secret. People should know. Just like we should be open and honest as to why women go to the bathroom in pairs. Like we gotta be honest about this with each other so we don't make up weird reasoning and conspiracy theories. Right? Like we don't, understand sometimes that poop is a privacy issue. You just want to like, you know what, I'm pooping because I don't want to deal with your shit.
Unless you have a 5-year-old, then they just walk in.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you're a dad, the stink will drive them away. They'll be like, ugh.
You'd think
like,
that.
Damn right. That's my privacy.
You'd think that.
All right. All right. Well, I have another question for you.
Okay, hit me.
From this amazing list of questions.
Okay.
These are all like way too much.
We'll do one more question each. How does that sound?
Oh, then I gotta pick one that cuts right to the point.
I'll start looking too.
What? Oh my God. All right, I'm not gonna pick this one, but I swear to God, I thought this one said, if you had pants right now, how would you fill a blank canvas? And I was like, what the shit does that mean? But I realized it said paints. If you have paints right now, how would you fill a blank canvas? And that makes way more sense.
That does make a lot more sense.
I'm not going to ask you that one. Oh, whoa. Okay, here we go. What's one truth you've learned about being
just reading
a human? You can't because I used it first.
What's one truth? that I've learned about being a human.
Yeah, let's go.
That this is going to sound cookie cutter, but it's something that conceptually I have only recently started to like accept as absolute fact, is that you don't learn anything unless you're failing at least a little bit. Failure is the way that we learn stuff. If you're good at something immediately, what did you learn? If you're trying really hard at something and it feels like you keep failing, you're learning stuff. And that's like a really important part of being human is failing, is trying. The trying is the important part of being alive.
That's why I'm so smart.
Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Yep.
Dang it. Okay, then what am I going to do? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, no, take your time. Don't worry. I got answers for all of these. I'm an open book.
Okay.
It's weird questions. Didn't think these are
Okay.
weird questions for deep conversation starters to bond with your family or friends. Actually, you know what? They're probably incredibly accurate. Anyway, what?
Here's the hilarious part is if you scroll down long enough, it says, how do you respond to these questions? And it's like, if you want to be a good conversationalist, you can't just ask the questions. You also need to know how to answer them. And the very first one it gives you is nodding. Yes, good question. The second one was ask for more details. So keep these in your pocket after I ask this question, okay?
Yep.
What is the biggest challenge that you have recently had to overcome?
What is the biggest challenge that I recently had to overcome? Can you describe that a little bit better?
Like what is something in your life that is relevant to you now that has required a lot of your attention and effort in order to figure out how to move on and be like a better you, you know?
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that has helped me become a better me and move on from my previous self was acknowledging all of the things that make me me, be it good or bad, be it success or failure, and accepting who I am as a person. One of the things that I have had in my life is being, just like I'm sure many of us in this industry, a big old workaholic. I do way too much. And I sometimes sacrifice other aspects of my life for that. And what ends up happening is I get really like, oh man, I could have done that thing or this thing, but instead I was doing, and just accepting like the things I'm doing I really enjoy, so why am I upset that I'm doing them? You know, like people are just like, well, what about time for you? And sometimes time for me is doing something like this. I enjoy stuff like this. And so I don't want to get all up in my own head about stuff when I'm like, I have literally the best job in the world. So I'm consistently blown away by how fortunate I am and how the choices I've made in my life, I think have been great ones. And I shouldn't second guess anything, because even if it sucked, even if it was terrible, I learned a valuable lesson from that and learned more about myself and have grown as a person. And the older I get, the more comfortable I am saying sorry and admitting my flaws and being honest and open and expecting the same of others. And if you're not that way with me, I ain't got time for you, Jack. Get out. That's pretty much my thing. Also, I just want to let everyone know I nailed every single how to reply. I nodded. I asked for more details. I maintained eye contact. And more importantly, I repeated back what they said multiple times. And I responded with encouragers like, and interesting. So.
Well done. You're a
Pretty
great
sure I nailed it.
conversationalist. Yeah.
Pretty sure I nailed it. I forgot what your question actually was, but I rambled long enough to make you think I remembered.
I think you answered it.
Damn right, that's what you think.
Yep. Probably because you're such a good conversationalist.
Right, because I nodded and I made eye contact.
You did.
And I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually following up on what you said. It is hard because I think the way that content creation, especially now, is formatted, it encourages you to make it your entire life. And you are told by the algorithm and by other people doing the same job that if it's not your life, if it's not your sole focus, you will become irrelevant overnight.
Yes.
And I am glad that you made the choice that you did recently with your content, because not only because I think it's better for you, like personally, like as a human, but also because I think it's important for big creators to be making that choice, to openly be making that choice, to say like, I need more time for me. I need more time for like my life in order to, feel more at ease, feel like I'm prioritizing myself, feel like I can make the like good content, Mm-hmm. I think it's good. I'm glad that you've done that.
I think the biggest problem is when we say the algorithm or content creation says you have to do it all the time in order to be successful or you'll become irrelevant, it's not a lie though. Yeah. In order to compete, you have to make it your life and you have to give everything to it. And that burns you out so quickly. But that's the game and it sucks. Like it's a game you cannot win. Most people will not win that game. You're not going to end up with, 40 million subscribers and becoming the number. Like there's only so many people that can do that. And so just believe that's where you're going to head when you start is like an insane foolhardy adventure. But it's not saying don't do it. It's just saying like, just know what the game is and know how people get eaten up and spit out in this crazy world.
And also like you don't need to be a 10 million concurrence person. Like
right.
There's a huge gradient of what success is, and it's just like any other industry where you are always looking at the person in front of you and saying, what do I need to do to be that? And sometimes it's important to look at what you're doing and be like, okay, well, I can be happy and take time for my real life, and do my work and make good stuff and be consistent. And I won't be that, right? I'm doing that. I'm not going to get there, but do I need to, like, do I have to get up there? And I think,
I don't know, maybe the change, is what gets you there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you don't know until you do a thing. Like maybe moving away from certain things and trying new stuff is what gets you that next level that you've been struggling with for years. And you're like, I can't do it. Mm-hmm. Nobody loves me anymore. Right? It's I don't know. It's weird. The best way to describe every YouTuber, streamer, content creator, illustrator, fan artist, voice. I'm gonna let you know the secret. I think all of them, and me included, have like something right here that needs to be filled with like either the creation process or like an audience's love or like, making money. Something about you is missing where you're trying so hard to like fill it and it becomes your obsession. And you're constantly trying to create something that will be like, this. It's not passion. I'm gonna let you know, a lot of the people that we work with, I'm convinced have zero passion. They're something else.
It's something else.
Passion, let me tell you. Yeah. It is something. Mine right here, it's like a like a booze and like doing it hole. You know what I mean? Like just right here.
Sure.
It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like just kind of like if I could just fill it with more of that.
The booze hole. Sure.
Yeah, life would be good. Now that's passion. Now that's passion right there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. See, I also totally forgot the question you asked me again.
That's okay.
I'm very good at this faking it.
But you're not faking it.
Right. I mean,
right, Winks.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, we didn't really cover what either of us have been up to for the last 6 years.
All right, real quick, what have you been doing for 6 years? Go. You have 30 seconds. Go. I'm counting you right now.
I had a child. I moved to England. I have a coffee company. I bought a farm. I guess those are the big things, I think.
Great.
Jesse, what have you been doing for the last 6 years?
Everything I was doing 6 years ago, I'm still doing it. Nothing has changed. I'm the exact same person. If you've missed me, I'm back, baby. You can't get rid of my ass. And tell your sister and or mom about me. Wink.
I do.
Great. Yeah, that's pretty much just not. I don't know what people expected from us. Like, what have you been doing? You know, I started a cult, and then escaped from the cult that I started, and then I like refound myself in the woods, and I became sort of like a monk. And then I like went on to fight in a martial arts tournament. I got second place, but I learned a lot about myself. And then I went on to go form a career in ventriloquism. With that ventriloquist puppet that I was with, we had a relationship. It ended nasty. We broke up. They ended up with one of the Muppets. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I don't follow them on Instagram because that'd be weird. And then I came back to YouTube where I've been missing for 5 years and started making videos again. The videos I made were all about the goddamn puppet that broke my heart. And so then I decided to stream more and, podcast. The end.
And you got really into Final Fantasy 14.
That is true. That's actually one thing that happened. That's actually really true. That's since the last time we did a show, I called Final Fantasy 14 trash, and now it's the only MMORPG that I play. So
that's growth.
Yeah. Yep. It really is growth. I grew I grew a lot. Yeah.
Yep. For everybody who's been asking since the beginning of this podcast, since we're at the wrap-up-ish stage now, neither of us have done our homework. I tried to watch Ted Lasso, and it was like, no, that's not easy to do in the United Kingdom. So I didn't do that, and I didn't try to watch Black Sails. And Jesse, I don't think, has watched Bluey or Black Sails either.
You know why?
Why?
Because I knew you wouldn't watch. And so I didn't want to make you look bad.
You shut up.
I was doing it for you. I did it for you.
I can't believe this.
I did it for you because I care so much. That's why I'm a good friend. Some might say the best friend. That's why. The worst part is I can't see what you're doing, but I automatically know deep down you're dabbing. I can't see your screen, but I know you're dabbing.
I wasn't
I hate
fully.
It.
I wasn't. It wasn't fully a dab.
What do you mean? What do you mean it wasn't fully a dab? What does that look like?
It wasn't fully a dab. Are you looking at my stream now?
No.
Okay. Then you'll never know, dude.
If I look at your stream, I will see myself in the past and you in the past, and our mouths won't match up, and I'll lose my mind. I can't look at that. I'll go crazy.
Okay, fair enough. It was like a half dab. I was I was fully erect, but also dabbing.
I'm gonna need you to rewind that for a minute. What does that mean?
Like
your arm was stiff.
When you dab, typically you like lean down because your head has to go behind your arm. But I brought my arm. I brought my arm to my head instead.
That's why it was a lazy. I get it now.
Yes.
See, that was a half-ass. It was pretty half-ass dab.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Yep. I'm gonna hope that,
and
that doesn't end up on some website.
I'm sure it won't. Nothing that I do that seems to have, like multiple meanings ever winds up anywhere.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
It'll be totally fine.
Yeah.
Nothing gets gift. People hate gifting me, so it's totally fine.
No, that'd be so disrespectful.
And on this extremely,
if they sent that gift to me and then I just messaged it to you as frequently as possible, God, that'd be so rude.
That would be rude. Yeah. On that extremely family-friendly and wonderful note.
You did it. I didn't do it.
I didn't do nothing. I did a half-ass dab. That's all that I can be accused of, okay?
You know what? I'll allow it.
Jesse, tell everybody who you are and where they can find you and what you're up to.
Didn't we just do that?
As like an ending thing. As like an ending thing.
The modern version.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. How's it going? My name's Jesse Cox, and I am on a show called Geekenders with Dodger. It's a pretty good show. We do a lot of stuff. Don't judge us by this episode, because it's not a real episode yet. This is us goofing.
Judge us by next week's episode. But you got to show up, otherwise you can't. So.
Yeah, and be more passion. Okay.
More passion. More passion. More energy. More energy. More energy. More passion.
Listen up, brothers! You can find me on the internet any goddamn day you want over at Jesse Cox. Oh, just Google that shit. Just Google it. You're gonna love it. Yeah, you're gonna find so much shit out there. I got streams. I got YouTubes. I got TikToks. I got video games. I got it all for you, brother. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna fucking love it.
That was amazing. That was really good.
Is that what you wanted? Is that what?
That's definitely what they wanted, yeah. Are you exhausted now?
It takes a lot out of you. Being excited is so much work.
Guys, I'm Dodger. You can find me at Dex Bonus on pretty much everything.
Wait, hold on. You need music. You need music.
Okay.
You need music.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hold on, I got music for you.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready, yeah. Guys, my name is Dodger, and you can find me at Dex Bonus on like all of the socials, all of the platforms. When do I stream? When do I not stream?
I forgot how bad this song sucks. I forgot that song sucks.
Thanks so much for watching the Geekenders podcast, y'all. You can find the VOD on Jesse's YouTube channel.
You can.
Yep.
You can. Did you dab? I can't tell what's going on over there.
No, I didn't dab. I just headbanged. I bopped.
Okay.
I
don't know what you're doing, and I feel like I'm missing out.
No,
I can't see you. What's the point of a podcast if I can't look at you and judge?
Our system fell apart, dude.
You know whose fault that is?
Twitch.
No.
Get
Jeff
better.
Bezos. Personally, Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos himself. Jeff, get on our podcast unless you're a coward.
Yeah. Do you have the Boston balls to show up on our podcast, Jeff?
What show do you think we should watch 5 episodes of, Jeff?
Yeah, is it an Amazon Prime original series?
Probably.
We won't know. We won't know unless you come on and tell us. You coward.
Yep.
You little bald coward. Not bald. I think, look, I'm going bald. Don't worry about that. I'm talking about balls. Your balls, Jeff. I'm talking about your balls. Not bald. Don't get it wrong. Mm-hmm. You got a fine head, my friend. Yep. But you little bald bastard.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you very much.
Jeff.
We'll be back next Friday, maybe with Jeff Bezos.
Maybe.
Say bye, Jesse.
Bye.